Bridges link different cities and connect people, goods, and services. But other than connecting people, bridges also represent something else. Something far more difficult to quantify. Something that can only be described as a feeling or emotion that arises when viewing a famous work of art. This sense of awe and beauty draws people to bridges not only for their utilitarian function, but also as iconic points worth our admiration. However, bridges do not always get the recognition they deserve. This video will try to highlight the value of these vital constructions by exploring the world's longest bridge. Before moving on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date when similar videos drop in. The Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge is a marvel spanning more than 100 miles and is by far the longest bridge in the world. The bridge was officially opened in 2011. The Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge is part of the greater Beijing Shangai High-Speed Railway project. Even with its astonishing 165 meters length, it is interesting to learn that China only took 4 years to have this bridge up and running. Over 10,000 workers were employed for construction work. The bridge crosses the low rice paddies, part of the Yangtze River Delta, with just a few miles of the bride crossing the open waters of Yangcheng Lake. In Suzhou, the bridge stands about 100 feet or just about 31 meters off the ground. Most of the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge's length follows the Yangtze River at a distance between 8 and 80 kilometers south of it. In general terms, the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge is a marvel representing the extent of modern-day bridge engineering and design. The project has totally taken bridge building to whole new heights. Even though the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge might have lost its prestigious title as the world's longest sea-crossing bridge to the recently constructed Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, it is still a world beater. Here is what more you need to know about the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge. Overview of the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge. The Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge is the world's longest bridge over water. The cable-stayed bridge consists of two major sections, the Danyang section, which is about 52 kilometers long, and the Kunshan section, which is about 113 kilometers long. It also has a 150 meters clearance. This is a phenomenal feat by any stretch of the imagination, and has been a big game changer for the region. Official figures indicate that the 5.6 miles of the bridge stretch over Yangcheng Lake, with 2,000 pillars and steel cables used for supporting the bridge over water. With all that, we can only imagine the number of boats and barges that were used to move the construction materials to the construction site, not to mention the nature of the equipment used for drilling the foundation for 2,000 pillars. Its impressive design makes it easy for ships to pass through it. The bridge was majorly constructed to ease transportation in the Yangtze River Delta region, which is considered one of China's major economic hubs. It is also part of the Hangzhou-Nanjing Expressway, connecting the cities of Hangzhou and Nanjing. Its construction has significantly cut down on the travel time between the two cities, from about 4 hours to just over an hour. Its construction is highly regarded as a major engineering feat. The whole project needed advanced technologies and techniques to be accomplished. Moreover, its structure is designed to withstand natural disasters such as earthquakes and typhoons. Furthermore, the bridge can withstand extreme hits from vessels that weigh up to 300,000 tons. Its lifespan is projected to be over 100 years. The Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge curvature. It is almost impossible to build a straight road that runs for over 100 miles, and is the same case with the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge, which adopts a curvature design. The bridge journeys through rivers, canals, lowland rice paddies, lakes, and uneven terrains, and crosses through major towns and cities. How the engineers were able to design such a curvature phenomenon that takes into account all elements is a state-of-the-art work that can only be imagined. And did you know that it took about $8.5 billion to construct the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge to completion? That equates to about $51 billion per kilometer. The bridge was officially scheduled to be constructed and completed within a 4-year timeline. The construction teams stuck rigidly to this timeline. The bridge was finally completed in November 2010, but was not officially opened until June 2011. and it took about 10,000 people to construct the bridge. The purpose of the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge. Many people will be thrilled to learn that the project is part of the great Beijing Shangai High-Speed Railway project. Previously, it would take about 4.5 hours for one to travel from Ningbo to Jiezing via public transport. However, the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge project has slashed this to about 2 hours. Ironically, the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge has also taken a life of its own and is now a great tourist attraction site for the region. The designer behind the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge project. Despite the fact that the bridge is the longest in the world, details of the designers and the masterminds behind it are still not clear enough. But after much investigation, we believe that the China Road and Bridge Corporation, CRBC, is behind the mega plan. The company is a subsidiary of China Communications Construction Company. The Chinese-funded company was originally part of the Foreign Aid Office of the Ministry of Communications of China. The company has been a leader in constructing some of the most epic grand projects, such as railways, bridges, tunnels, and ports. It is difficult to comprehend the existence of a bridge spanning more than 100 miles in length. The Danyang Bridge is too long, too large, to the point that a subsection of it qualifies to be recognized as the second longest bridge in the world. But we know China and its ability to not only develop such ambitious projects, but also deliver them on time. And the fact that the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge took only 4 years to construct is almost unimaginable. The bridge has become a tourist attraction in China. It is a site worth visiting and one to behold. But in a fast-paced world full of construction technologies and record-breaking projects, it remains a bone of contention as to whether any bridge that beats the length of the Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge will ever be constructed. Do you think we will live to see it? Share your thoughts in the comment section.